In the meantime, Rosanna, you've been talking up, you've been intrigued, just as I have been, about transcendental meditation.
I have, because I have to say, a lot of my friends have been doing it, and they say it's really been a life changer for them. And so I actually contacted Bob Roth, who's the executive director of the David Lynch Foundation here in New York City. Everybody seems to go to him. and I wanted to know, basically, and maybe you could share with everybody, what's the difference between transcendental meditation and just regular meditation, like yoga meditation?
It's a good question. The word meditation today is sort of like food. You know, you say, I meditate. It doesn't, what does it mean? I jog, I close my eyes, I breathe deeply. The analogy I like to use is an ocean, waves on the surface of the ocean, tumultuous, but at the depth of the ocean it's silent, and our mind is the same way. Mind, thinking, worry, gotta get to sleep, gotta. And we'd like to have, all of us, some inner calm, some inner clarity. Well, in transcendental meditation, we locate or we access a level of our mind right now that's already calm. So we're not trying to, some meditations try and clear your mind of thoughts and try and fight thoughts. This just accesses calm within.
So I've been listening to this guy on a podcast, Tim Ferriss.
Yeah.
He interviews like CEOs and top entertainers, and like 80 to 90% of them all do some kind of meditation. Not all do transcendental meditation, but some type of meditation in the morning. And that's where Rosanna are like, we got to get in on this.
Yeah, because we just feel like we need to calm down our lives a little bit.
Is that what the intent is?
No, the thing is, and Tim does transcendental meditation. The thing is that everybody, anxiety, not just stress, not just tension, but anxiety is a horrible thing. When you feel anxious, you're not present with your family, you're not present with your friends, you can't focus. And what happens with transcendental meditation is your body gains a state of rest deeper than sleep every time. And when your body gets that deep rest, cortisol levels, which are anxiety hormones, drop 40%. A good night's sleep, cortisol levels drop 10%. So we get rid of stress, and we're more dynamic and more focused.
So I've been to some of the concerts. In fact, you have a big one coming up where Howard Stern has got...
I'm supposed to teach you soon, aren't I?
I know, I know. We have to find 4 days in a row to learn, learn this. So anyway, I heard Howard Stern has come to you. He said basically it saved his life.
He's been doing it for 40 years.
So, well, what is it?
What it is, when you learn transcendental meditation, you learn one-to-one. It's taught one-to-one. It's not out of a tape. It's tailored for the individual. You get what's called a mantra, which is not a fancy sounding thing. It's just a sound or a word that has no meaning. Well, Om, but it's not. So it's used silently. It's been used for thousands of years, and you're taught how to use it properly. So it looks just like this. Just sitting. You can do it on a train. It's not like you're sitting in a weird, just like this. You can do it on a train, you can do it on a plane, you do it in a car if someone else is driving, and you're taught how to use the mantra one-to-one from a teacher and access that silence and get that profound rest.
You just say the word over and over again?
No, you're taught how to think it, because if you did it effortlessly, the key is effort. If you thought it over and over again, you'd like, 5 seconds, I'd quit.
So, Bob, I know that you're teaching people, CEOs and celebrities, but I heard you're also going around to schools.
Oh, my first love is we're working with veterans, we're working with police and firefighters, we're working with the people who are on the front lines who suffer from post-traumatic stress. We're working at, with inner-city school kids who also suffer from stress.
That's great. How many minutes a day do you have to do this to achieve this tranquility?
20 minutes twice a day, once in the morning, first thing in the morning when you get up.
20 minutes twice a day.
And then you do it towards the end of the day.
Now, the New York Times did a story this weekend about meditation and, why everybody is meditating. Can you achieve, what did you think of that? Can you achieve that goal without meditating?
Well, the thing is what they did there is a generic term of meditation, just lumped everything together. And there's a lot of meditations that don't work. And that's the importance of looking very carefully, because transcendental meditation has hundreds of research studies showing that it works very effectively for everyone. And one last thing, you can be a skeptic. You can think everything I'm saying is just baloney.
Okay.
It doesn't require any belief. You don't have to believe in gravity to be sitting here. No belief is necessary.
It doesn't conflict with faith.
No, as a matter of fact, what it does is, by settling the mind down and getting rid of stress, your prayer is deeper, more compelling, more satisfying.
Tell us about meditation in schools and how it's been working.
I think it's one of the most satisfying things. These kids come to school, they're supposed to, first period, they're supposed to study, arithmetic or social studies, and who knows what they ate, who knows if they slept anything, the stresses they're under, these kids. And so the school day begins with 10 minutes of they call quiet time. So the kid just sits, they do this meditation, their body settles down, the brain wakes up, and then the research shows that they do better in school, they have better grades, and violence and stress and tension goes down in the whole school. We can't keep up with the demand for quiet time in the schools.
How many schools are you in right now?
Hundreds of schools throughout the United States, and here in New York City, we have schools in the Bronx and Brooklyn, and we just keep rolling it out.
All right, Bob, if you want to do this, if you're watching, how do we get a hold of you?
So you can call, the best way is just to go to tm.org.
tm.org.
Just go to tm.org, and that's how you can find out more about it. We teach thousands and thousands of people. And I want to emphasize again, no belief. You can't be who you are, you know, and it's just a universal
You can be Hindu,
thing.
Muslim, Catholic, and atheist. It doesn't matter.
Everybody. That's the beautiful thing, what's happening now with science. And meditation has to come out of the realm of something weird. This is done by military people. This is done by professional athletes. This is done by people of all religions. It's too valuable to let it be just branded as something other. This is for everyone.
Now, you have a big event coming up at Carnegie Hall, right?
Yes, on November 4th. And we have Katy Perry, Sting, Jerry Seinfeld, and others, and we're raising money to teach 10,000 at-risk New Yorkers to meditate for free.
Seinfeld does this stuff too?
Seinfeld for 40 years.
No kidding.
Yeah.
It's the people that you least suspect are doing it. And
well, because it's actually, that has to change. It's everyone. We have, you know, people on Wall Street, we have kids, we have teachers, we have police officers.
Do you have to do it first thing in the morning? Can you do it like, say, after breakfast? I'm starving when I wake up. I mean, can you do it later?
You can work it out into your schedule. You can work it into your schedule. Or have something light and then sit and meditate and then really enjoy your meal.
I just woke up. I don't.
Jerry Seinfeld says that. It's a great thing.
What
He has
does he
this
say?
great thing. He says, at first, you know, he thought, why should I meditate? I just been resting. And then he said, look at your bed. You didn't rest. That was a war zone. You know, you're kicking everything around. This thing, you sit up, and the rest gained during the 20 minutes. It's not just relaxation. That's a key thing. This actually gives you energy, gives you focus, gives you drive. So sometimes you wake up from sleep and you need 5 cups of coffee to get going. This wakes you up like that.
now, can you take this course with could Greg and I do it?
No, it's taught 4 days, an hour a day over 4 consecutive days. The first day I would teach Greg, then I would teach you, and then the next 3 days you could be together. But everybody learns it one-to-one.
Everybody learns it one-to-one.
And again, you can be skeptical. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's healthy to be skeptical.
Well,
I like that.
As Mr. Spock said to Mr. Spock in the parallel universe, I will consider it.
Okay, sir.
So, meanwhile, tickets still available for November 4th?
Go to carnegiehall.org, I think it is, and you can buy tickets. And all the money from that, Katie and Sting, they're all meditators, and they're all doing this because we want to get 10,000 at-risk New Yorkers to learn to meditate.
Hey, yeah, by the way, what's going to happen at Carnegie Hall? I mean, Katy Perry, I take it, is not singing.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
is
she's singing.
Oh, she is.
It's a
sing.
concert.
Oh, cool.
It's going to be an amazing
No, somehow
concert.
I thought everyone was going to meditate
Oh,
together.
God, no.
Can I tell you something? I went to one of your concerts. It might have been like 5 or 6 years ago.
With the Beatles?
With the Beatles.
Yeah, Paul and
Radio,
Ringo.
With Radio City Music Hall. And it was beautiful because they had these great musicians out there performing, but in between, you had people like Paul McCartney talking about it, Howard Stern talking about it, and so you got to learn a little bit more about what TM is all about.
Katie's been meditating for 5 years, and she's volunteering her time to do this, and she wants to bring this, working with UNICEF, to bring this to women all over the world. I mean, the problem of stress and trauma is devastating, and I think it's wonderful that we're just, TM is not just for people on the Upper East Side. This is for single mothers who, you know, victims of violence. They learn to meditate, and they can turn their lives around. Same with veterans. The number of suicides, travesty. So now we're working on all the military colleges, all the VA hospitals to bring Transcendental meditation there.
TM.org is the website. Bob, we thank you. And by the way, you exude a certain calmness.
He
Well, it's the
does.
two of you. It's the two of you. You're great. I was watching you riding around. I said, pretty calm characters over there.
You think so, Bob?
Yeah.
Obviously, you
Anyway.
don't know us too well. Bob Roth, so nice to meet you in person. We've just been playing email together for months now.
And we'll
anyway.
do it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Greg,
sir.
very much.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
All right, Mikey, what do you say?
I'm on board.
I think all of us kind
I'd
of,
love to
you
do
need
it.
to find a way
Yes.
to kind
And you
of
asked the
focus
right question there,
yourselves.
Greg. Do you have to do it first thing in the morning? Because for us,
Right.
Yeah, they get up so
George
early.
Stephanopoulos does his morning meditation at 2:30 in the morning.
Who's George Stephanopoulos?
He's the guy he's an up-and-coming guy. He's a wannabe. He's a Greg wannabe.
Doesn't ring a bell.